What's up? What's up, guys? It is your favorite expat, Alex, and we're coming to you guys live from where else? Colombia. If you guys are watching this channel, if you guys have seen our videos in the past, then you guys know where I'm coming from, right? Where I'm actually at. So welcome to all you guys who are actually tuning in. To all my 388 subscribers, I appreciate every single one of you guys. Hopefully, I bring you guys quality views, quality content. Okay. Today, it's Monday. I wanted to talk with you guys again. It's been last week was kind of busy. I couldn't get on the live, but I wanted to get back with you guys today and just talk about this and talk about that and some of the things that have been happening in this part of the Americas, right? Down here south, and maybe we'll touch up a little bit on the stuff that's happening up in the United States as well. All right. So welcome everybody. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for being here. Again, welcome to KJYT. This is Alex, and let's chat. Let's have a nightly Monday chat, right? So we can go over a couple of things and see, how we can do. All right. So first things first, right? Maduro, he got elected. I know this is politics, but what are you gonna do, right? I had to go into town today, and there's this guy on a motorcycle, right? He's driving by, and he's got his wife in the back, and you know what this guy says? This guy says, if I had the opportunity of taking him out, he's talking about Maduro, right? He goes, if I had the opportunity of taking him out, I would literally take him out. And I was like, what? Like, he's not even the president of this country. Like, he's the president of Venezuela, which is next door neighbor. But still, it doesn't really concern us that much, right? Oh, thanks, Hugo. How hard was it? We have our first question. I'm here to answer questions as well as we go through all this stuff. My son, you know what? I got a pretty chill son. He's awesome. Hold on. Let me see. I don't know if you guys can see me. It just says, I just got a warning of some sort that my live is not good. Can you guys let me know if this live is going good or not? Because I just got like a little thing that says, oh, I think we're good. All right. Anyway, my son's pretty chill with moving down here. I'm really happy. Here's what I tell him, or my wife and I, here's what we speak about, is that he's like the perfect kid for our style or our family. Like, you have perfect kids for your family. I've worked with thousands of kids in the past through our martial arts program, and our son is perfect for our lifestyle. He came here, he took it like a champ. It was great. And now we ask him all the time, dude, do you ever want to go back to the States? And he's like, no, he loves it. Like, he loves it. I said, dude, do you want to go back and finish school in the States? He's like, nope, love it here. Now, of course, he's also 14 years old. So you say your son is 14. He is also 14 years old. And man, he's got his friends here now. And the school, I don't know. I feel like there's just so much more camaraderie between the students here and between the alumni of the school. It's great. You can just see the love between all of them. Like, they're walking around, hands around the shoulders, they're playing there. And man, they come out, their schools, like in the States, right? The schools have like these bars on them in the States, and the windows are locked and everything. The school, well, at least the school he goes to here, they don't even have windows. Like, it's completely fresh air. They're getting the fresh air from the mountains, and the view, the view he gets from his school, guys, you can't beat that. You just can't beat it. Like, he overlooks the whole city of Pereira. and it's truly amazing. And the teachers are so cool. He can text his teachers, ask them questions. The director of the school is super awesome. It's not like I tell everybody, it's not better, it's not worse, it's just totally different. And we're really happy that we gave them that, we actually took that leap of coming here, because he was the person that we worried about the most coming down here. How's he going to adapt? When he got here, he didn't even speak Spanish. We first got to my mother's neighborhood. We stayed at my mother's house like for 2 months while we found a place to live at here. And man, if I tell you, he was playing with all the kids in that neighborhood: soccer, manhunt, tag, hide and go seek, basketball. And when we got here, it was like, I think it was their summer break of some sort, or everybody was on break. So all these kids were hanging out to like 11 o'clock, 11:30 at night. And when my son got here, he was 11 years old. And it was totally safe, totally cool. The kids just took him in like if they knew him forever. And every time we still go back to that neighborhood, everybody's like, "Hey, Paulex, what's up, man? We miss you." Like, it's just different. It's just different. It's so cool. Like, there's not much cultural differences, if that makes any sense. Like, everybody's same culture, same everything. So it's just, you just fit right in. Like, it's just another, it's totally different. It is totally different than being in the States. But I'm so glad. Like, I'm so glad that he actually came here to Colombia, and he's going to school here. He's thriving. He's getting good grades, and he goes to a bilingual school. One of his friends, or his best friend, there's a video, a vlog that we put up, that we went with him to the amusement park here in the coffee region. It's called Parque El Café, and his best friend is from the Northeast. I believe is New Jersey, somewhere, Trenton, New Jersey, maybe. I could be mistaken about that, but these guys only talk in English. All his friends in school, most of them talk English or speak English. Some of them better than others, some of them broken, but so he feels comfortable. Funny thing is that the other day he was talking, right? And my wife and I are listening to him talking. We're like, man, he's got the craziest accent in Spanish. Like, when he speaks Spanish, he's got the the funkiest accent. Like, it's funny. It's funny the way he speaks, because it's just totally different, the way he speaks. But it's funny. It's cool. And he reads Spanish now. He writes Spanish now. He does poetry now in Spanish. And he picked it up extremely well. And you know what? It's always scary making the move, especially for children. Change can be such a impactful life in the child's life. But once they get here and they just feel that welcoming from just kids, it's night and day. There's a girl whose family goes back and forth, and she actually went back to this. She moved. Her mom moved to the States, and so she was in his class, and I believe she might be in Texas or Utah. It's one of them. And she came back. She's like, "Yeah, I hate it over there." Like, she came back just to finish school here, to go to graduation with her friends from here, and I asked, "Hey, so how do you like it?" Because she went to high school, of course. She was like, "Yeah, I don't like it. It's so different. Like, it's like, but you don't get that here." So she went from here, which she went to school here all her life. She went back to the States. Might have been the language barrier. I don't know. I cannot talk about the schools in Texas or Utah. I'm not from there. I've never been there. But man, let's see. He goes, a comment. "We are tired of the rat race here. Your channel has been an inspiration for us. Thank you again for taking the time to create this type of content." Guys, that's exactly why I did this. This is exactly why I did it. Because you may not know. Like, you're like, all right, so, how is it going to be? Guys, it's freaking awesome. Yes, the rat race sucks in the States. And a lot of people from here, that we speak with, They tell me, I want to go to the States 'cause I want to make money. I'm like, yes, you will make some money, you know, but what are you going to trade for it? Because in the States, you're trading your time constantly. You're trading your family time. Because I tell them, in the States, I was there. I worked there all my life, my adult life. I worked there, and one of the things is like you can't stop. Like you just, for most people, you have those outliners who can just, they're well off and they're doing really good, but you just can't stop because the minute you stop, everything starts getting taken away from you. That's the way I see it. And that's the way I try to explain to people, unless you have some sort of passive income in the States, you gotta bust your ass, man. Like you just have to work, work, work. And it's not just one parent. Like I told you guys on our last live, it's not just the father or the mom working, it's both of them, and most times you're spending your time with coworkers instead of with your family, and it's rough. It's rough. And then like some of you guys are from New York, like in the winters, it freaking sucks. New York is great for tourism, to go there and hang out, but when you have to actually live there and commute to work on the trains in the summer, in the winter, man, it gets tough, man. Like it's really, it sucks, man. Tourism, oh man, it's great because when I go back to New York, I'm there with my camera, I'm taking pictures of the Empire State, of the Freedom Tower. I'm doing, I'm going to the pizza joint. I'm going back to my old stomping grounds. I'm from Brooklyn, so I go right into Brooklyn. I'm going to my old stomping grounds of pizza, but my neighborhood completely changed. Like my neighborhood where I grew up in is night and day. So in my neighborhood, when I was growing up, if there was like a white person in that neighborhood, like they were probably trying to buy drugs or crack or something back in those days. Now you go there, and I went and I saw like white ladies on their bicycles just driving by with a little basket in front of their bicycle. I'm like, what the heck is this? Like the neighborhood where I grew up in, it's totally changed. Like it's beautiful now. The park in the corner where I grew up in, the park wasn't the nicest. Like it was all beat up and stuff. Now that park is beautiful. They have beautiful grass fields with soccer and good baseball diamond fields. Guys, it's completely changed. I was so close to the city, like it was just like, I think it was 5 stops away. If you guys know New York, I grew up in Canton Avenue, right by Church Avenue, close to Flatbush. And I grew up there in the 80s and 90s, man. And I went back now, it's totally different. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful to live there. And like if you go to the top of the building where I grew up in, you could see the skyline of Manhattan. It's beautiful. Now it's just beautiful. Anyway, so what do you guys think? I want you guys, changing the subject a bit, what do you guys think of Maduro winning this election? I know everybody who is, here's my thing. Everybody's saying that somehow he stole the election, right? But did he? Because we get a lot of people, like in Miami. I heard there was only out of all the votes of the Venezuelans who live in Australia, there was only 1 vote for Maduro. But of course, they all left because they didn't like Maduro. But what about the people that stood? Now, here's the thing. I have a cousin who lives in Caracas, right? And he's been there all his life. I went to Caracas when I was 14 and when I was 16 years old. I was part of this whole martial arts thing, right? As you guys know. But he lives there and he's doing good. He's a martial arts instructor. I have another friend of mine who also lives there, also a martial arts instructor, and he's great. He travels around the world, comes back, and he's always posting pictures of how much he loves Venezuela and stuff like that. So, like, you hear a lot of stuff in the news, and then, like, I speak to my friend, like, yeah, no, like, they're doing great. He has his apartment. They have their apartments. They have their karate studios. They bring in athletes from around the world. Another one of my friends, he's also from Venezuela, and his daughter graduated, and they had like this beautiful graduation, and the kids all look healthy and good. So like to me, it's like it's weird, because it just seems like they're doing good there. But of course, the people that left Venezuela, they hate it. That's why they left, right? So, like, I don't know. I don't know the politics of Venezuela. I have no clue. Right? Do we have another comment? Let's see. I'm not too happy with the Maduro outcome because seeing the anguish, anger, and emotion from my Venezuelan girlfriend and her family makes me feel certain type of way. Dude, I get it. Dude, I get it. And that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, I believe everybody that left Venezuela hates not the country, of course. They hate the politics, and that's why they left, right? And it was probably really rough for them. Understandable. I get it. And that's why in Miami, all the Venezuelans who originally left, they live in Doral, Weston, and they made it really nice. Like really good people went there. I think now with all the news that's going on in the States, and I watch that stuff. Of course, I try to stay up to date with that stuff. They're I don't know if the best crowd is going there now or it's leaving now. The first ones that left, man, it's hard to afford now. Like in Weston and Doral in South Florida, like it's tough to afford there because they have mansions there. Like these people are really well off. And I know a couple of friends also from Venezuela, from the karate world, and they're doing really good in Miami, and they came from well-off families and stuff like that. And they all left. But then I have my cousin who lives there, and he's never thought about leaving. Like he's totally fine. So I don't know. Like I don't know how, and I know what the news tells me. The news says, became like this horrible country, and inflation went through the roof, and the money crashed, and people were limited on food and stuff like that. But then I look at my cousin and I look at the pictures that they put up on Venezuela, and they're doing great. So maybe you guys can educate me, because I don't know. Like I really can't speak. But this guy right here, he won. They say he stole the election. I don't know. I don't know. I personally have no love or hate. I'm not from Venezuela. I'm not planning on living there. Some of the things they say about it must be true. With the poverty and the abuse and the socialism and all this stuff. But who am I? Who am I to say anything about that? I guess time will tell if it was a legal, legit election or if it was stolen somehow. But then again, a lot of people in the States, they believe that Biden and the Democrats stole the election from Trump in 2020. So, what's true, what's not, I wasn't counting the votes. I voted, but I don't know who, talking about now the U.S. politics, right? I have a theory, but they won't listen to me, of course. There's a minimum age to become president of the United States. I'm pretty sure it's 35 years old. I think there should be a max age to become president of the United States. I vote 65. I say between 35 and 65 years old is when you should be president. I think if you're above 65, you might be too old. So in my view, Trump and Biden are both too old. Okay? I don't like Trump and I don't like Biden. But between them two, I would go with Trump. Just because, I think Biden's too old. And of course, he's already out. And we have Kamala running as the as the presidential nominee for the Democratic Party. Now, here's the stuff I don't understand, right? Did they vote for her? Did the people vote for her to be the leading candidate of the Democratic Party? I don't know. I didn't vote for her. Nobody voted for her. Matter of fact, in 2020, didn't she drop out of the race because she was doing so bad in the polls? Like, she was doing so bad, she wasn't even in the top 5, I believe. I believe Tulsi Gabbard was ahead of her, and a whole bunch of other people were ahead of her. But now she's the leading candidate from the Democratic Party. Didn't she used to date Montel Williams? You guys saw that? I don't know. But I don't know how she became the leading candidate. Like, oh, this is your front runner. Like, how does that even work out? Like, in 2020, she wasn't even the top 5. Now she's the favorite. Here's the thing I don't understand, right? Let's go over this real quick. We're talking crap right now, right? You, me, we're both just talking crap. If you want to say something, go for it. Put it in the comments, and we'll go over it. Educate me too. A lot of the stuff I say could be true, could be false. Maybe I'm talking out my, you know what? All right. But we all like, ask anybody in the street, ask your friends, ask whoever. Hey, do you guys trust politicians? No, nobody does, right? But yet, when it's time for the election, people cry for them, they love them, they cheer for them. Like, how did they manage to do that? How did they manage to just change our views of them only during the election period? But nobody trusts politicians because they're politicians, like, in the karate world, there's even like, with the judging and stuff like that, that's just too many politics. I hate the politics. Like, nobody likes the politics. But yet, once it's time to vote, we go ahead and we're like, oh my God, I love them. They're the best, And, I don't get that part. I really don't. When, of having, especially Kamala, like, she wasn't even in the top 5, right? And then Tulsi Gabbard, she just destroyed her in one of the campaigns so bad that she had to drop out because and now the Democratic Party said, here you go. This is the person that is the candidate. There's got to be better people than better than Kamala and Trump. There has to be. Like, there really has to be. Like, America is such a great country. There has to be, right? And here's another question. I don't know this information. Please educate me because I don't know. Like, when they have the debates between the Republicans and the Democrats, why isn't RFK Jr. in these debates as well? Why don't we give him time? When you go to the voting, when you go to vote, it's not just 2 people on the ballot. There's like 5 or 6. How come we don't get to even see them on the CNN thing or on anything on the debates from the different parties? We see when the Democrats are lining up there and they're 5, 6 of them, and they're all trying to outdo each other to get the presidential nominee, or to become the presidential nominee for the party, Republican side and Democratic side. But when it comes to that, let's see, we got another comment. I'm in agreement with you on the max age of U.S. president. I just said this to myself 3 days ago. Dude, you and I, here, we're here. Yes, let's touch on that again, right? Minimum age to become president, 35, right? There should be a max age, guys. There should be a max age. I vote 65, tops, right? We go to our grandparents for some advice. But if you have a grandparent around who's like 80 something years old, do you really go to them and tell them, hey, I really need you to help me run my business, or I need you to really help me with this? No, you don't. You don't. You just don't do that, right? So in my book, I think both Trump and Biden are too old to be presidents. Kamala, she fits the age between, I think she's got to be in her 60s, right? 50s, late 50s maybe. I don't know. But she's the leading candidate now against Trump. I think Trump is going to eat her alive. I don't think she has a chance against him. But I've been looking at some polls and her numbers are up. Could this be true? I don't know. I don't know, guys. Whatever. Anyway, so every time I go to the States, changing the topic, let's get away from politics for a second. Every time I go to the States and I talk to people, I'm like, hey, you know what? You guys ever come down to Colombia? Hit me up, call me up, I'll take you guys around town to places that, well, at least in my region, in the coffee actor. You go to Cali, Bogota, Medellin, you're on your own up there, find somebody else to help you out. Here, we said, give me a call, I'll tour you guys around. Matter of fact, just on Saturday, my wife and I, we went out to lunch, and I ran into a couple from South Carolina. They started talking to me in broken Spanish. I'm like, wait a minute, you guys speak English? They were like, yeah. I'm like, hey, I'm American too. And we started talking to each other, and they were going to do a tour. And the tour was going to charge them, I believe, $150 each to go to Salento, right? To go to Salento, go horseback riding, and I believe it might have included a meal, and then bring them back to their place. And my wife and I, we looked at them like, that seems like a lot of money, If you guys want, let us know, then we'll take you guys. So then they called us afterwards like, yeah, let's go. Now, we're not going to go to Salento, all right? We're going to go to Valle del Cocora. Let's put it up here. Hold on. All right. This place right here, all right? Valle del Cocora. The best way I can explain is that, I don't know if you guys know this, but have you guys seen the movie Encanto, from the Disney movie? It takes place in that region of Salento. Guys, see those palm trees right there? All right? That's exactly how it looks. They're so tall. It's so beautiful. Like, it is picturesque. It is picturesque. Like, I cannot tell you guys how beautiful it is. Now, between Salento and Finlandia, I prefer Finlandia, which I went live when we were in Finlandia the other day, and on the Colombian Independence Day, we went to Finlandia. Guys, Salento it's a little bit bigger than Finlandia, and there's like this staircase that takes you all the way up the mountain in Salento, in the pueblo or in the town of Salento, and it takes you all the way up. You get up there, you look around, you come back down. But then you have all the other shops and stuff like that. It's pretty. If you've never been there, you need to experience it. But between Finlandia and Salento, I choose Finlandia every single time. Now, don't confuse Salento with Valle del Cocora. Valle del Cocora is that right there. Now, you get there, you get stuff like this park. I gotta say, kind of. It's a park but it's on the countryside and on the mountainside. And you go there, you can take pictures, and you get the beautiful views. And I don't know if you guys have seen these pictures where they have like a hand sticking out where you actually sit on it with the whole view behind it. It's picturesque. Then they have these like you can rent horses, and you go, guys. If I tell you, you go so high in the mountain, like so high in the mountain that once you get up there and you look back down to where you actually park your car, it's so high. Like I was gonna say, it kind of looks like the Empire State. It feels like it's higher than that. And You go all the way up there in horses, right? And the tour guide that takes you up there, right? He doesn't take his own horse. He literally walks all the way up the mountain. So you're not galloping on the horse. Like you can't run, like you can't make the horse run. Like you literally walking because the tour guide kind of walks with you. And guys, this dude walks up the whole mountain. Food for thought, right? Food for thought. You get up there, it's beautiful. Last time we went up there, I could see literally the clouds coming right by us. Like we were with the clouds. They were at eye level to us. They were just like the clouds. The clouds would literally pass right by us. And it is an astonishing view from up there. It's absolutely breathtaking, beautiful. I cannot recommend it enough. Now, going up on a horse is actually easier than coming back down. Coming back down on the horse tends to be a little bit harder because you're leaning. Remember, this is a mountain, right? And you really can't go straight down, so you kind of have to, zigzag your way down. You're coming down, so your body weight is literally leaning forward on the horse, and it's tougher actually going down on the horse than going up the mountain on the horse. I'll be there in a few months after you sell your house. All right, that's exactly what we did. We sold everything and we took off and we came down here. So you're on the right track. I hope, I don't know where you're coming to. I don't know if you're coming to the coffee region or you're going to another place in Colombia. But it is beautiful, guys. So personally, me, if you've never been to Salento, go to Salento so you can say, you know what, I did it. But Valle del Cocora is like, whenever we're going to go out there, we're going to go to Valle del Cocora, we just bypass Salento. You kind of have to drive by it. You don't have to go in through Salento, but you just drive by it and you go into Valle del Cocora. And guys, it is absolutely amazing. Now, Finlandia, on the other hand, the town of Finlandia, it's smaller, but it's so much prettier in my perspective, in my view. I feel like Finlandia is just so much better than the town of Salento. Salento's kind of overcrowded, but it's pretty, go, of course, if you've never been. But if you've been before, would you agree with me that going to Finlandia is prettier than Salento? Let me know in the comments, right? Now, also, if you guys are cool, right, and if you're an American, if you're not planning on doing what a lot of us expats did, that we just actually left the United States and we live here now, guys, hit us up, send us a message. Hey, we're gonna be here. We'd love to hang out with you guys in Salento. Let us know. We'll tour you guys around. We know the lingo. At least you guys kind of know somebody. So we're putting ourselves out there. If you guys want, we'll give you a tour, and it'll be a lot cheaper than hiring these tour guides that are going to charge $150 per person. But we do expect food. Right? Take us to eat, all right? Because you guys know us, we're foodies, all right? So there you go. We're putting ourselves out there. Let us know if you guys want to come down, and it'll be cool. All right. What other places are good to visit in this region, right? Of course, you have all these coffee farms that you can go to, and they give you the whole process of doing the coffee, from the plant to the bean and to the actual cup of coffee, right? Brewed. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful experience. Being here now, we've been here now for 3 years, and still, every time we go, we're like, yeah, we can always come back. For us, it's Finlandia, right? The city. Valle del Cocora is cool, but it's just one strip, right? It's just one small strip. Well, not small, but it's a small strip. Has restaurants on both sides, right? Just going up, and maybe one or two souvenir shops. Then you have the park where you can take the beautiful Instagram pictures, and you have the wings, and it says Valle del Cocora in the back. And of course, you can do the horseback riding all the way up. It's beautiful, right? The other part in this region that we tend to go at least once a month because it's also from Pereira. It's 40 minutes away driving. Now remember, 40 minutes in the States is a lot different than 40 minutes in Colombia. 40 minutes in the States, you can get a lot further because you're driving a lot faster. Here in Colombia, you're driving between 20 and 30 miles per hour. So it's really not that far, but the drive or the time it takes you to get there is 30 to 40 minutes, but it's not that far, if that makes sense, because you're not driving that fast. You're not driving at 60 miles per hour. You're doing 20 to 30, all right? And that is this place right here. I'll show you guys, right here. This place right here. The thermal springs, right? Guys, we were just there about a week and a half ago. Man, we can never get enough of the thermal springs. And the whole therapy of the thermal springs is that the thermal springs is hot, and then right next to the hot water, you have this waterfall that comes down, and it's freezing cold. So the therapy is you jump in the spring, right? You soak in it, chill, order a beer, order a drink, order some food, hang out, right? But then it starts getting too hot. So now it's time to get into the cold water, right? And you jump in it, into the thing. They have these, like, the main one hits you really hard, like on like the water so hard it hits you, right? I wish, and I've spoken to a couple of people that's like, you guys should really have this. They have the pool for the thermal spring for the hot water. Don't put your head in it. I see a lot of people just jumping in and going in. You can just keep your eyes closed because the sulfur burns your eyes. Like it really, like it sucks. Like it burns. Now, soaking it, I've told them, hey, why don't you guys build like a little pool as well, where the waterfall falls into and it just overflows and it keeps going down into the river, right? But it'll be great to be able to soak like a cold plunge, right, in the thermal spring from the cold water. I think that would be amazing if they had that. They know you actually have to just jump in it and let the water hit you. And one of them hits really, really hard. I've been looking at Pereira here. I like family-oriented areas. We chose Pereira because it's not such a big city, right? It's a small city. Like you can literally cross Pereira in 20 minutes. And remember, 20 minutes driving is a lot different here than in the States. So it's not that big. And it has that small town vibe, but you can find all the amenities that you can find in a big city, like major supermarkets, major restaurants. You have McDonald's, as you guys can see on the vlog. There's no Burger King, there's no Wendy's, there's no Chick-fil-A. They do have Subways, they have Papa John's, they have Domino's Pizza, McDonald's, of course. They have KFC, I believe. I believe they have KFC here. The malls are really nice. They have Nike, Adidas, Puma, New Balance. Like they have the major brands. Pereira's cool. I love it here. The weather here is great. Like I know it's really hot now in the States. Here I call it, it's always perfect human weather. It's all year long. It rains sometimes and then it just stops and the sun comes back out and it's just perfect. Like you can wear jeans, you can wear shorts, you can wear a sweater, you can wear a short sleeve, you can wear a tank top. You don't have, like the options are, you can wear whatever because it's just, the weather is just good, right? The it's great. So that's the reason before we came, we were looking to Medellin. We're like, man, we should go to Medellin. But we left New York, big city. We went to Miami, thinking it was going to be a smaller city. Miami's still big. Miami's a big city. We just wanted something that we still have access to the amenities that we were used to because we're spoiled city folk, of course. But we wanted to still find something that had that small town feel. And that's why I like going back. When I go back to the States, I don't go back to Miami or New York anymore. I go up to Lake City. And that's in northern Florida. and it has that small town feel, and I love it. I can't get enough of it. Like I still love when I go there, nobody knows me. It's freaking great. I love it. And then when I come here, Pereira, you just have, even though it's small, it's a town where, you can sit at a cafe and just people watch because there's so many people walking by. There's people walking around all the time. Here, it's like New York. New York, you have that. Funny thing is that I don't know how many of you guys know Queens, and I'm on the plane coming here, and I look at my wife. I'm like, is it like I hadn't been to Colombia in so many years, right? So my only other the last time I came to Colombia, I was 17 years old, I believe, maybe, right? And so I didn't quite remember it wasn't fresh in my mind, but I was thinking, man, is it going to be like Jackson Heights? Like, is it going to be like that, right? No, it's totally different. It's totally different. The Colombians in the United States are very different than the Colombians here, and I assume it's vice versa, because what's the funny thing? We met an American at the gym, and we struck a conversation with her, and she's American, and we were talking about how she likes it here and all this and all that, and she told us, if you're a Trumpster, I don't even want to talk to you. And I'm like, oh, like that was rough, like that was really rough. Like, what do you mean? And then of course I told her, yeah, I support Trump over Biden, and she was like, oh, okay, then we're good, just like that. Like, I don't know. I don't know why I said that, but I don't know why I thought into it, just letting you know that the Colombians there, but I guess liberals are just liberals, and no matter where they go, they don't even want to talk to you. And I think we all hit it off, my wife and her and us, and we're like, yeah, man, we should hang out. I got a grill that we can do a barbecue just like in the United States. It will be pretty cool. And she's like, well, you know what? If you support Trump, I don't even want to talk to you. Like, oh, we hadn't even spoken about politics or anything. Yeah, I would have, of course. I like to make things uncomfortable sometimes. But yeah, that's exactly what she told us. And matter of fact, I still see her at the gym and she won't even look at us. She'll just keep going. I'm like, oh, all right, cool. No worries. No issues with that. But what else can I tell you guys right now about? So yes, the offer is still there. Let you guys know. You guys ever come to Colombia, right? Hit us up. We can tour you guys around our favorite places here in the coffee region. If you guys go to Medellin, Bogota, Cali, Cartagena, Santa Marta, the main tourist areas, guys, you guys are on your own over there. Find your own tour guys. But if you guys want to hire us for that, hey, we're here for that. All right, it'll be totally cool. Let us know. Anything else that you guys would want to talk about today? Let me know, because I had some of the stuff, and here's some of the coming up subjects that I want to talk about with you guys. Not today. All right, today I want to talk about, of course, we spoke about Maduro. We spoke about the nice views around here, or the nice places to visit. But real estate in Colombia is another topic I do want to speak with you guys about, and the different places that I would recommend expats living in, right? I would recommend it. I just had one of the comments, gentleman told me that he's been house shopping in Cerritos. I'll touch up on it now, but we'll just go over. I'll just talk about Cerritos. Before we moved as expats to Colombia, everybody that we would speak to, no, you have to move to Cerritos. Cerritos is the place to be. Cerritos. Anyway, we got here, started touring Cerritos. Man, guys, the houses are beautiful. And the views are amazing. The houses are big, beautiful. A lot of Europeans and Americans live out there, right? Beautiful houses, gated communities. Like, it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But it gets hot. So in the coffee region, I believe that's one of the hottest places. Like, it's just hotter there. It gets really hot. And when we first got here, there wasn't as many malls or shops or services in that area. Now it's grown a lot in 3 years. Like, it's really grown a lot. And that's the reason we decided not to go there, right? So beautiful, but if you like I told you guys, like in this area in Pereira, like it's perfect human weather, right? There it gets hot. So that's like on your way out of Pereira towards Cartago and towards El Valle, like towards Cali, and Cali's hot. Like that's in the valley, right? But just so you guys know, letting you guys know if you guys want any information or anything like that, or if you guys need like somebody to, if you guys looking for a real estate agent down here, I can give you a number to the person that I use. I don't gain anything out of it, but you know, I wish somebody would have done that for me. And here, you know how when you find a property in the States, the seller or the person renting the property pays the commission. Here, well, I don't know if we got caught like that, but you pay them also a commission, right? So there you go. There you have it. I think you guys should ask that at first. I came here thinking that, oh yeah, the buyer, I'm sorry, the person renting the property, the person selling the property is going to pay the realtor its commission. Well, I didn't make that clear. We had to pay them. But they did do a good service with us, and they showed us a lot around, and they took us everywhere, and they were very patient and understanding, and they answered all our questions. So now you know, like that's kind of a common thing, right? So talking about real estate, I also wanted to talk about, somebody asked about natural disasters in this region, right? We'll talk about that. What natural phenomenons happen here, such as hurricanes, earthquakes, tornadoes, phenomenons like that. I'm not saying that all those things happen here, all right? But we'll talk about that just so you guys know and you guys can understand what you're getting yourself into, right? We spoke about culture on one of our last lives. Also, we'll speak about the right to bear arms here in Colombia. That's another topic I want to speak about, not today, but we will talk about that in the future, right? I also wanted to talk about, you guys know, my pet peeve with pico y placa and not being allowed to drive your car almost 2 months out of the year, right? So there's a difference between the police and tránsito, right? So just so you guys understand the difference, I wanted to kind of explain to you guys, just so you guys know, because it's very different what the responsibilities of police and the responsibilities of tránsito. And so transit is like, I kind of see them like the Paw Patrol, all right? And I will explain to you guys exactly what that is. Yeah, and I love all you guys too. I love all 388 subscribers that I have, right? Welcome. You guys always comment. You guys are always awesome, and I do this stuff for you guys, so you guys can, kind of get a sense of an inside scoop from a person from the States here living as an expat here. Now, here's what I tell everybody, right? Like, we found Colombia, right? For us, it was an easy choice because our heritage is Colombian. So I'm first generation American. I was born in the States. I went to school in the States. I worked in the States. I did all that stuff in the States. My wife as well. And so for us, it was an easy pick to kind of come back to our roots here. And my son's a second generation American, and he wasn't speaking any Spanish at all. My wife and I, we're fluent in Spanish. Like, we can speak Spanish fluently. We know how to read it, write it. And if we speak to the locals, they won't even know we're from the States. Sometimes I throw in not a bad, like a profanity word, just like a total, like I won't even know how to say it. I'll just say a word and they'll be like, yeah, this motherfucker's not from here, right? So that's a dead giveaway. And I wear shorts everywhere I go. So that's another giveaway. And we spoke about that last time. Colombians don't wear shorts, right? They always wear jeans. Well, at least the men. Men don't wear shorts unless they're going to the gym. I wear shorts everywhere I go. Right? I don't go to any fancy places, or I don't go to any fancy stuff like that. I chill, wear shorts, always comfortable, it's good. But that's the reason we made this channel to kind of give you guys that inside scoop. And like I tell people, we found Colombia because it was an easy choice for us. But the grass, we're brought up hearing this phrase that says, the grass ain't always green on the other side, right? But you know what, guys? Sometimes it is. Sometimes the grass is greener on the other side. And, find your own Colombia, And we've had comments saying, people are tired of the rat race in the United States, or people are tired of the politics in the United States. Politics is politics everywhere, even here in Colombia, and they have different rules here that you don't agree with and whatever and whatnot. But if Colombia is your Colombia, find a way to get there. If you're ever planning on leaving, some people are like, no, I'm happy. I don't know what he's talking about. I love it here in the States. Great. If you're happy, as long as you're happy, we weren't that happy anymore, and we wanted something different. We wanted to try something different. You live once, and we wanted to try something different. We wanted to come out here, and we have friends who went to Thailand, and that's their Colombia, and they love it out there. So what I'm saying is, like, if you're not happy where you are, find your Colombia, find your happy place, because sometimes the grass is greener, and for us, the grass has been greener here. Like, we're comfortable, we're happy here, we love the food, the people treat us good, we found this place, and would we ever go back? I don't know. Maybe, right? I don't know. I do get the itch about every 2 to 3 months where I want to go back to the States. And I go back, we should be going back probably mid-August, heading back to the States. We stay there for about 2 weeks, and then we come back, and so that's my itch. But then once I'm there, after like 10, 15 days, I'm like, oh man, I miss seeing the mountains. Because here, it's breathtaking. Like, you're driving down the road, and you look, and it's like there's mountains, beautiful peaks, not just mountains, but peaks. So, when people ask me, where do you live at? I say Colombia, like, where's that at? I'm like, well, Colombia is in the foothills of the Andes. And that's where we live. We live in the foothills of the Andes Mountains. And it's absolutely beautiful. Like, if you go up to Manizales, which we haven't gone to Manizales, and we should go. We passed through it once real quick. There's snow up there. And then Nevada, right? I hear there's snow. So if you want to see snow, you can actually see it. It's not that far. Manizales is about a 2-hour ride from Pereira. And so you have we don't have a beach here. So expats, I'm going to Colombia, I'm going to go to the beach. If you come to this region, there's no beach. When we first got here, I think I filmed it. It's in one of the early vlogs. And they told us, hey, let's go fishing. They go, no, we're going to go to a lake. They're going to have fish. I'm like, all right, cool, it's going to be great. It was literally a pond, right? It was a pond, and they had some tilapia in there. And I think it was maybe 8 feet deep, not that deep. And I felt bad fishing there. Like, these fish are just there. Like, they're used to being fed, so they're going to want them. So it's easy to catch them. So I didn't catch any fish. I didn't want to. I felt bad. So, like, you won't find that here. Like, oh, I'm going to go on the boat. I'm going to go to the beach. Yeah, you're not going to find beach in this region, right? You want the beach, you got to stay in the coast. Cartagena, I think Santa Marta, maybe Buenaventura, I'm not sure. But you have to go to the coast of the country. That's like saying, you're going to go to Utah and you're going to go to the beach. Yeah, it doesn't work that way, Same thing here. You're in the middle of the country, you're not going to find a beach here. Mountains, you have beautiful mountains, green. Then as you're driving through, you see these rolling hills, with just all these different greens. We've tried to catch it on the camera, but it just doesn't do it justice. But seeing it live, it's breathtaking. Like, the views you get here can be breathtaking. Like, you'll be driving down the road And even the locals, you see them stopping the side of the road, just admiring the view. It's really beautiful, guys. So if you get a chance to come out here, no, you don't have to bring swim trunks, all right? Unless the hotel has a pool, which I don't think hotels you have pools. Maybe they do. I don't know. But it's not a common thing here. Come here, bring some hiking boots. You can go hiking. There's mountains here. Horseback riding. You're gonna get muddy. Don't. If you're gonna go to. Oh, here's the tip. If you're ever gonna go hey KGYT Dad, what up? What up? From Pereira. If you're ever gonna go to Salento, don't wear nice shoes or like nice sneakers. I did that. Your feet are gonna get full of mud. You're gonna get mud everywhere. All right. Wear old, cheap shoes. Shoes you don't give a crap's ass if you get them dirty or not. All right. So there you have it. All right. So if you go to Finlandia, Salento, you can wear your nice shoes. You're not gonna get muddy. Good streets, good restaurants, all that stuff. But if you go to Valle del Cocora, which is this place here, right there, right. So you go up that mountain on a horse, and you see those palm trees are there, right? We're gonna be going there on Wednesday. I may do a vlog out of it. Let's see if I do it, because I'm taking some Americans there. So hopefully I can get a vlog, and they don't mind, because they did hire us to literally take them up the mountain, right? But don't wear your nice shoes or your nice sneakers. They're gonna get wrecked. Wear old shoes, or wear some hiking boots or something like that, right? So now you know. I made the mistake. I have my fresh kicks on, some white kicks. Those things got dogged. And if you're gonna go horseback riding, they're gonna get dogged. Guys, don't even do it, all right? So there you go. And you have to get the sombrero when you get up there. You're not gonna ride a horse without sombrero. Get the sombrero, right? It is what it is. You gotta get it, right? Get the sombrero is the way to go. And it's a good thing I mentioned this to you guys, because I'm gonna find my rain boots. So I'm going there Wednesday in 2 days. We're gonna go to Valle del Cocora, horseback riding, and it's gonna get muddy. So I'm gonna go ahead and wear my boots. All right. If there's any other questions from anyone, if you're catching this live stream after it ended and you have a question, guys, comment, right? I try to answer all comments, good or bad, right? I try to answer everybody's comments, because it's always some valid questions that you guys ask, and these are questions that I think I would ask as well, about living in another country, about anything, right? You guys ask me, go for it. So with that, you guys are awesome, all 388 of you guys, right? Stay cool, stay fresh, and remember, like I told you guys, find your Colombia, and I know you guys know what I mean by that, not just your Colombia, but find your own place. If you're happy where you're at, God bless. And if you're looking for something different, right, go for it and find it out there somewhere. I don't know if you guys heard my dog. He's out there barking outside. Did I tell you guys this? I don't know if I told you guys this. I may have told you guys this. Should have put the video up. But the other day, we're hanging out here, right? Do I miss driving on U.S. roadways with normal traffic? Yes, 100% yes. When I get back to the States, right? So what I usually do is that I get to Orlando, I rent a car from Orlando, and then I drive up to Lake City. And the minute I jump behind the car, I'm like, oh man, civilization. Like, the roads are so nice, straight roads. You can drive 80 miles per hour, no issues. You can't drive 80 miles per hour here. It's impossible. You'll kill yourself. Like, it's not because of traffic or the bad roads. Like, the roads are good, but they're like this. Like, you can't catch some of those curves at 80 miles per hour. It's dangerous. It really is dangerous. But we're here, we're hanging out, we're having dinner, right? Then my wife and I, and the dogs start barking outside. And I'm like, what the? And they bark sometimes, right? But then they wouldn't stop barking. The dogs wouldn't stop barking. Now, we live in a house. We don't live inside of a community, but we live in a private house, and it has gates and all that stuff. But the dogs are just barking. Like it just sounds weird the way they're barking. Like, it's really weird. And I took video of this, and I'm going to show it to you guys. Not today, of course. We're doing a live. I should have managed a way to put it up here. Regardless. Anyway, we go outside. Guess what we found? Like, right next to our car. Guys, there was a freaking cow. There was a cow right in our parking spot. And the dogs are going crazy barking at this cow. I don't know how the cow got in, right? So I don't know if you guys know, but I've told you guys this in the past, and I did a vlog with this. But right next door, there's a farm, and they have dairy cows, right? So we usually go there once, twice a week, and we get a 5-liter bottle, right? And the guy, he milks the cows, and he gives us 5 liters of freshly squeezed milk. We come back, we pasteurize it. How do you pasteurize it? You boil the milk and you let it cool off, and then you put it in the fridge, right? So we drink fresh milk. It tastes totally different. Like, it tastes creamy, it tastes thick. I believe as long as you boil it, you're good. I asked the dude, and to the guy, to the farmer or the owner of the cow, I said, so can you drink this? He goes, yeah, my wife just brought me coffee, and I just let it into the cup. I just, milked the cow, and I put the milk right into the coffee, and I drank the coffee. I want to assume that he's used to it and his stomach is used to it. I've been wanting to take the risk of actually drinking like freshly squeezed milk, because it's warm, like the bottle's warm. Like when he gives us the milk, the milk is hot, right? I haven't been brave enough. I'm scared I might get like a stomach virus, because I'm this spoiled city folk from the United States. So I get scared. So we usually come back and boil the milk. We bring it up to a simmer, and once it boils, we empty it out and we put it back in like in a big bottle. Not this one. This one's only a liter, right? Over a liter. Yeah. So the cow was right in our freaking house. We're like, all right, how do we get this cow out of here? We open up the door or the garage door, right? And later, bravo. All right. We open up the door or the gate to get out, and the cow, I didn't know cows would do this. The cow just walked out and made a beeline straight to its farm. And he went, or she went, and the minute she saw the other cows, started mooing, and all the other cows said, hey, like, moo, like, what's up? And she just went up to them and kind of went back into the pack. And when the gentleman next door, when he's milking the cows, he calls the cows by name, like dogs. I never knew this. Now, I'm a city folk. I never dealt with cows, right? Well, he calls them by name, like you call a dog, and the freaking cow comes. They tie their back legs and then they start milking the cows, and then lets him go. The cow goes. They call the other cow. The other cow comes. Like, they actually know this. I thought. I don't know what I thought, but when I saw that, I was totally amazed. And then seeing the cow, like literally come out the door, make a beeline, and go back to its farm, I was astonished. Felix Mejia, with the Venezuelan flag, Libertad. I wish I knew more about the election, of what's going on. I don't know if it's real. I don't know if it was stolen. I don't know. But yeah, I hope the Venezuelan people are happy. I don't know. I know the people that left Venezuela are not happy, but I don't know if the people that live there are happy with Maduro or not. I don't know. I don't speak to them. Anyway, guys, you guys stay cool, stay fresh. All 388 of you guys are awesome. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and I'll catch you guys on the next live stream or on the next vlog. We're going to